Hello everyone, the name is Sibusiso Leope. I'm a social entrepreneur. I'm also an entertainer in South Africa. I go by the name DJ Sibu. I've been in the media industry for the past 15 years. I'm a master's student studying towards business, becoming a better global businessman. And I'm also a father of a beautiful 2.5-year-old baby girl called Lerato. My success as an entrepreneur means nothing if I'm not a good father. I know this because for me to become the man that I am is because of Ludwig Leope, you know, who I'm highly grateful for, who's my father. I always consider him my father. Although he's my stepfather, I mean, he brought me up from when I was 7, 8 years old because my biological father obviously left and he disappeared. Energy drink usually needs what, 15 rand, 20 rand?
15 rand.
15, yeah, let's do it 15, it's fine. So we can do, so it's 19, let's do 20. Oh yeah, sure. So what I'm getting like, do you know what we decided to do also? Because whatever you fell in 30 minutes, you know, so we've decided just to control that and say $20. The journey started from when I was a kid. I mean, I grew up a couple of kilometers away from here at Tembisa. You know, I grew up around, at the time there were no computers, there was no internet, there were no cell phones. It was around the apartheid regime time in the country. I think we need to usher people in, because we know that we're not allowed, because I don't want them to block the way for others that are coming in. Growing up, I mean, you know, in the township was extremely humbling. It was neighborly. You know, there's an African proverb that says it takes a village to raise a child, and that's how we were raised. Like, how are you, my brother? Do you know what I'm worried about? So I'm coming just now, so. I think we started registration late, so that queue is very long.
It's fine. We'll start till 2:30.
Okay.
We'll start, Lindy will perform, we'll warm it.
Okay.
All the VIPs, everybody in together. Is lunch finished?
And then, no.
Fill up?
Yeah, and the ones that are still eating can finish up their eating and find us downstairs.
But VIPs will all have a double stamp.
VIPs, we let them in at what, at 1:30, no?
Yeah.
It's 1:15 now.
My name is Nicholas Regisford. I am Sbu's business partner and brother. He introduces me as also someone who is a mentor of his. I've known Sbu since around 2000, and I've only really gotten to work with him closely since the year 2013. We got involved in a project together which is about leadership, and we have a company together called Leadership 2020. And we're changing Africa through changing the minds of young people to be better leaders.
I was just naughty, just like other kids. I didn't go to a private schooling or multiracial schooling. I went into the township. I made a lot of mistakes. We get beat up a lot of times with my friends. We're very naughty. But the journey was interesting after I finished my boarding schooling, high schooling days. And I went into tertiary. Tertiary, I got introduced to tennis, which I fell in love with, and I became a very good junior tennis player. I traveled the country, but then I was participating on campus. I was part of the SRC team, I was part of the entertainment committee, I was part of the rec team, and then I joined the campus radio. Simultaneously, I joined the community radio in the township, and I wanted to get a big break, but the big break wasn't coming until YFM, which was this new youth radio station that was getting opened in Joburg, which was embracing the Kwaito culture at the time, the hip-hop culture, the poetry culture. It was literally embracing the youth culture.
Sbu and I met back in the day when we were working at YFM. I was producing the morning show, and Sbu was actually not hired at that time. At that time, he was actually hustling, trying to get into the game, and I was a few steps ahead. And we would have a good connection, but nothing to talk about. He had his own journey and I had my own journey.
So I entered for a talent search show. There were 2 talent search shows that was simultaneously taking place at YFM. There was a mixing competition on DJ Fresh's show, which was called the Camille Experience Vinyl Meltdown. So we used to mix on turntables at the time. Then I got into the semifinals of that competition. There was also an on-air competition on Bad Boy T's show, Thomas Msengana. And so after I had been taking countless demo tapes at YFM, over 70 demo tapes, I eventually got a breakthrough, becoming runner-up on the on-air competition and becoming a semi-finalist on the other side. So eventually they kind of felt I deserved the opportunity and they gave me a graveyard slot, and I think that's what opened up a lot of things for me.
I was very, very aware of the success that he made when he started TS Records. I was very, very aware of the impact that made in the industry, the artists that he came out with, like Brown Dash, and then still today with Zahara. So he's been a success story, and that was what attracted me to him, because he was synonymous with success. And success attracts successful people.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the launch of Sunday Circle. If you're in the building and you love your mama, stand to your feet and make some noise!
The first time I actually met with Sbu, he was approaching me about a business that I was involved in, and he wanted to get involved in it. And it didn't actually work out. This was around the year 2010. And it was only with Richard Branson coming to South Africa that I called him up and said, Sbu, I think you should help me with this project. And he said, sure, no problem. And together in that project, which was a big speaker event, we saw an opportunity in that to create our own version of what we were working on for somebody else.
DJ, are you ready for me? I want you to show me who's in the room. Ladies and gentlemen, if this song resonates to you, put your first foot forward. DJ, let it drop.
My parents were very negative towards me getting into semen before I acquire some sort of a qualification. And I kind of promised my parents that I'll finish my studies first, and they were very adamant that I had to finish my studies first. And then that's how I got to force myself to finish my electrical engineering qualification, which I didn't do in record time. I mean, I dropped out at some point to try and go get a job. And the job that I found was actually a blessing in disguise, seeing what it has done for me today.
Now, you know the chorus.
I got a job, but they were not paying me a basic salary, so they'd give me stock to go sell. The company was called WWI, which stood for Wholesalers Warehousing Industries. And the people that trained me to sell there were a gentleman by the name of Linda Zwani, whom I'm utterly grateful for having trained me to become a very good salesperson. And that's pretty much, I think, what helped me to be able to thrive and succeed in the entertainment industry. And right now, obviously, as an entrepreneur.
Ladies and gentlemen, are you in the building? Make some noise! Put your hands together for the Sunday Circle band. You can take your seats, ladies and gentlemen. How's everybody doing? Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Sunday Circle.
Sunday Circle is designed as a networking platform where you can socialize, you can be inspired, you can learn, you can meet people that will make lasting connections. We also encourage people to dance and be free and to let it go.
Sunday Circle embraces the creative space, which is comedy, poetry, live music, and talk. Talk is not just talk from anybody. It's inspirational talk based on the caliber of people that come to Sunday Circle. People all the way from age 15 all the way to age 50. And that's what the circle is all about.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Sunday Circle. This man has come from Australia. This is my brother from Tembisa. This is my brother from KZN. This is my brother from Nigeria. This is my sister from Western area. This is my sister from KZN. We are Africa.
Johannesburg has got a lot of people who are putting up a front and they're too proud. So we're trying to create an environment where you can come in as you are, bring whoever you are with, and come to this space and understand that there's love in the room, Everybody, just like you, wants to succeed. You're around winners, and Sunday Circle is about connecting people.
Leadership 2020 is the Future Leader Movement. We designed the movement in 2013, and we designed it with a specific purpose. That was to lead and to develop entrepreneurs, develop the mindset. What we're doing here today is a production. We are the network that increases the network. We are the network that increases your network. We are the network that increases your network.
Sunday Circle is a brand that is under a brand called Leadership 2020. So there's Leadership 2020, you've got Sunday Circle that happens every last Sunday of the month, once a month. We all meet as entrepreneurs and professionals, and we've got all these successful people to come and share with us. We've got a brand called I Was Born to Speak. I Was Born to Speak is our teaching classes that we have every 2 Saturdays in a month, where we teach people to become better speakers.
Leadership is about developing a certain assertion within yourself that allows you to make decisions and allows you to say and do things, thank you so much, allows you to do things that help take the vision forward.
When designing Sunday Circle, we're looking for a balance and a mixture. A little bit of church, a little bit of wisdom, elder wisdom, a little bit of irreverence, and a little bit of entertainment, soul, passion. The whole mix has to go together. So we choose speakers based on the fact that we want to create something for as many different sectors in the audience as possible.
We wanted to create a community of people where we all meet once a month, we inspire one another, we're all like-minded, we learn from one another, we connect each other with whoever might be of help to that guy who's looking for this type of funding, or who's trying to get a meeting at Prasa. That guy is trying to get a mentor in dancing. That girl, she's an amazing poet, she's trying to meet up with other poets who are, that's what Sunday Circle is all about.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'm stepping out of here. I want you guys to give me a big Sunday Circle welcome for my brother, Sibusiso Leope.
If you like Smooth because you've followed him on radio or you're a fan of his, you know, you're gonna get something out of that environment through his talk at Sunday Circle. So you may have come for Smooth, but you also got to hear other people that you weren't expecting.
Now, I'm not a trained speaker, but because I've spoken at over 900 schools in my life, almost 1,000 schools, I've spoken at over 2 million people live, I've spoken at conferences, I've spoken to crowds of 10,000 people, 5,000 people, 500 people, I've spoken on television with millions of viewers watching and on radio and so forth. So I have become better because of the thousands of hours that I put on my speaking game.
Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. You can take a seat. I think let's just get this out of the way. Let's get this out of the way. For those who don't know, this energy drink is called MoFi.
MoFi is a beautiful project. I mean, if you look at that project, my business partner is a chemical engineer by profession. He's a mining development expert. He's just finished building 11.2 billion rand mining project. That is his third mine that he's just finished building. It's not his mine, obviously, it's under the leadership of Mama Defni Mashil Nkosi. So my partner is a brilliant partner. He comes from a Cape Town, so he knows poverty. I come from a Tembisa, and you know, we all came together to build this dream of ours, which is our own energy drink brand that is owned by Black people.
Firstly, with More Fire, it was very quiet and very closed circle. And then I think something just ticked in him one day and said, you know what, if I don't go and do it, no one's gonna do it. And I think that day he changed. And he didn't change for the worse or the better, he just changed his scale of approach, meaning that he's gonna shoot much higher than anyone would ever think that he's capable of doing.
If you look at what we're doing, we are encouraging a new culture of entrepreneurs who are not just gonna, you know, cry victim, you know, I am from apartheid, the government did not give me any funding, it also didn't give us any funding. You know, we've also had the other raw end of the stick where we've had to be criticized, we've had to go through a lot, we had to be doubted because we're a Black company.
We are our own students, so we build our companies from scratch, you know? Obviously with the help of a lot of supporters out there in the media, out there, people in the township, just the whole country to show people that actually we can create and start businesses from scratch with nothing and let them grow. That's exactly what we do.
So in this journey with what he's built, I've seen him go from being quiet to aggressive, to loud, to proud, to frustrated, and back up to loud and proud. So it's just a continuous uphill. but he's really on top of it. There's no one else that you can say is working harder than him about building a business.
We are a billionaire generation because we think that big, and we do believe and know that our continent is the next big thing. The next generation of billionaires are going to come out of this continent. That's why the Chinese are coming in here flocking and investing and throwing in all sorts of billions into this continent because they can see the value that is in this continent.
Oh, by the way, our ministers who are sitting here appreciate the fact that this drink is a blessed drink. It's God-given, you know? Because when you open it, it says,
the name More Fire is inspired by a theatrical play from Kenya, and More Fire is the best tasting energy drink that is out there. When you open our drink, it says Tito, you know, which means God-given.
When you open it, it says, somebody's laughing, they don't believe me. Okay, let me prove to you.
Sbu is such a powerful influence when he gets in front of people. The way he narrates and articulates his stories, people just sit in awe. And what I've realized is that there's a magnetic touch that he has and a sensitivity around people in South Africa and Africa as a whole because of his sincerity. And just the work that he's done using the tools that are ahead of him have been magnificent. So, you know, it's really been a character developing project, and there's a lot more to happen. It's not done yet. It actually hasn't even started.
That's more fire, boy. When I say more, you say fire, more.
You've seen it sell us in the streets. You've seen people call us names because of that project. You've seen people doubt our product, but you've also seen people taste it, and the first time they taste it, it's like, wow! I've heard so much about this product, I underestimated it. I didn't know it's so good. We want to show people that it can be done, it is possible. We are currently doing it. We also don't even have any funding from anybody. We believe in ourselves, we are students of ourselves, and that's why we call ourselves billionaires under construction.
This is our first Sunday Circle for 2016. We didn't know that the room is going to be sold out. We underestimated you guys, and you guys have filled up this room. And thank you for that. Siyabonga kakhulu.
Leadership 2020 is designed as a future leader company, and it's designed to teach entrepreneurs leadership. We're changing Africa through changing the minds of young people to be better leaders.
I want somebody to be inspired that they actually can. I want somebody to believe that it doesn't matter where they come from. I want somebody to believe that it's actually not the government, it's you. I believe that you can start a great business. I believe you've got awesome ideas. And I can show you because I know how it is to start a business from scratch, whether you want to call it TS Records, whether you want to call it the Sibusiso Leope Education Foundation, which is a non-profit organization, whether you want to call it Leadership 2020, whether you want to call it More Fire.
Leadership 2020 is a journey that has been running since 2013. And the support has been totally amazing because, you know, the type of swagger that we have, we bring a concert feel to this type of space. So when I say this type of space, I'm talking leadership, entrepreneurship. We spice it up nicely, and more people are actually starting to get more and more attracted to this space.
We've been working on this since 2013, and our vision is to open a school where we'll teach entrepreneurs leadership by the year 2020 or before.
That's the reason our company is Leadership 2020. By 2020, we need to be launching our own leadership/entrepreneurship academy. With whose money, I don't know. But I'm an entrepreneur, so I've got faith. I believe in something that is not there. But every week, every month, I keep putting in work every day to see that dream come to fruition.
You will know that my name is Sibusiso. I'm a blessing, right? So I'm blessed to be a blessing unto others. And that's what my mom has been instilling in me ever since I was a little child. Nobody will stop you, only God. You're going to follow your name as you go. In each and every challenge you're going to experience, you are going to overcome because Lerato is Sibusiso.
You can throw whatever you want at him. It's just refining. And you're refining that stone to be the most precious thing that it can be. And so I'm proud and I'm honored and I'm privileged to have him as a brother and as a business partner. And we have got a lot of lives to change, and we've already changed a tremendous amount of lives.
I do not care what people say. That's the type of person that I am. And the reason why I will keep becoming successful in everything I do, forget tenacity, forget hard work ethic and all of that, is because my mom gave me the best gift she could have given to me, and which was education.
I'm hardly 36 and I'm turning 37 on the 28th of May, and I believe already my name, I've lived up to my name. Through all of my trials, my tribulations and my mistakes, I think I've done extremely well. And I always explain success to people, and I say, for me, success is not about the amount of money that you can make, but it's about the number of lives that you can change for the better.
Education moved me from a class no private schooling, no multiracial schooling, because that's what my parents could afford. But it moved me from that township to sitting with decision makers in tables. Education moved me from Ekasi to make me the first black man to own his own 100% energy drink, and I'm gonna come up with so many other products, and I'm going to succeed because my mom blessed me with an amazing gift, that is education.
That's the reason I'm always adamant and I'm always confident when I tell people all the time that there is no ways I'm not going to succeed. There is no ways I'm not going to change a generation's mindset. There is no ways my name is not going to go down in the history books. There is no ways that I'm not going to be remembered even after I'm gone. There is no ways, because the hundreds of thousands of millions of young people that I continue to impact every year, every decade. And right now, I'm in my 16th year in what I'm doing.
This is part of education. That's the reason why I do what I do. I do my education foundation work with the team. I do my leadership 2020 work with the team. I do my More Fire work with the team, and I make sure everything is connected. There's relationships, because everything that I do has to empower the next person. Every candle with energy drink that we sell, certain portions go to the Sibusiso Leope Education Foundation.
And not only building these companies for commercial reasons, but I'm building them to change a whole lot of other lives in the future. So my name is forever going to go down in history, because I'm going to leave a standing structure in this country, an academy, a university, and that's my goal just around the corner in 2020.
And I'd like to encourage any of you guys, if you're thinking of going back to school, if you're thinking of registering and studying online, if you're thinking of studying part-time, I'd like to encourage you to go ahead and do it. It's tough, especially if you're earning a living, because you've got bills to pay, but keep doing it.
I think, it bears testimony that I'm working on building a beautiful legacy for my daughter.
We're having a good time, right? Good or great? Great. Good or great? Great. The network that increases your? I've got a thing, it's called OPP, it's called Only Positive People, okay? I'm going to say it, you repeat. Only positive people. Only stand up to your feet. If you know that you need to surround yourself with the right people, it's only if you're sitting down, you obviously don't want a free book or a free drink, stand to your feet. Only
The Leadership 2020 book has sold over 25,000 copies. And if you say that 4 people were to averagely look at a book, let's say 100,000 people have read that book, from it being in your house, being passed on to somebody. I think we're well on the way to impacting 1 million lives with that book alone.
We're the billionaire generation, and we're here to let it be known that we're African, and as Africa moves forward, we are in the forefront of that shift, that mindset shift.
We will be releasing more books. We will be releasing audio books. We will be releasing a book called The Billionaire Generation. We're about to launch the Billionaire Generation brand. We do this leadership work to create the Billionaire Generation.
We're about empowering you. Join our movement, leadership2020.co.za, morefireenergy.com, SLEF, which stands for Sibusiso Leope Education Foundation. So SLEF.co.za, those are the organizations. SLEF.coza, leadership2020.coza, morefireenergy.com. Thank you very much. This is DJ Smoo, entertainer / social entrepreneur.